Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my predictions for tomorrow's horse race, and I'll be giving you a slightly different video than our normal Each Way Lucky 15. We're going to be focusing tomorrow at day 1 of the Cheltenham Open meeting, the November meeting that often happens every November. It's a very good 3-day meeting at Cheltenham, a lot of good races going on, and I'm going to be giving you my preview for each race going on tomorrow, and hopefully also as well on Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be going through all the 6 races in this video. I'll just reflect quickly on how today's selections ran in our Each Way Lucky 15. Our first selection was at Clonmel with a horse called Pat's Oscar for Davy Russell and Gordon Elliott. Didn't run too badly in the end, finished in second place, and I thought after the last fence it was going to come on strongly and win, and in the end it just didn't quite get its head in front, but it ran a nice respectable race, and 11-2 I wouldn't mind that kind of price really, because we did get it at 9-4 the overnight price, and there was a massive drift for it in the end, and to finish at 11-2 in second place where it looked like it was going to win really, like I said, after it jumped the last hurdle, but didn't, wasn't bad value in the end. So that wasn't a bad place there. We had a winner with Midnight Gypsy. We backed it last night 13-2 overnight, and then it was very well backed throughout today. Final SP I think was 7 night 3-1 in the end, and won quite nicely for Alexander Thorne and Stuart Kitto, and that was a nice performance, carrying a nice low weight, following up the course and distance win at Taunton last time, and in the end saw out the trip very nicely. Our other horses that ran were Monsieur Co for Paul Nicholls, failed to live up to expectations, and then our nap was Can I Call You Back for Evan Williams and Connor Ring. Didn't do too badly, plugged on pretty much throughout the race, beaten horses, but in the end didn't quite have the turn of foot compared to its other rivals today. Maybe it was just carrying a bit too much weight today, but I think maybe if the handicapper eases the handicap mark even further, that horse definitely has the race victory in him, and maybe could come out and be a next time winner if the conditions are right for it, because I think that horse is getting quite better handicap now. It's been on a downward spiral for quite a while, considering it was a very highly rated horse. So that's how today's selections ran, and like I said, I'm going to be going through the card at Cheltenham tomorrow for their day 1 of their November meeting. So the first race on the card at Cheltenham tomorrow is in the 12-14. I'm going with a horse here called Tintern Theatre. It's currently around 20-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and now that is quite a long odd shot, and it will be our long shot for tomorrow, but it's trained by Nigel Twiston Davis, who's been very good so far over the last few weeks. Now we've been getting in the mains of the National Hunt season. At their last meeting here at Cheltenham, he had a very good meeting, notching up quite a few winners, and Tintern Theatre did run at that meeting over those 2 days at Cheltenham, where it did fall in that race, but that race wasn't a bad level of form, to be honest, and it was travelling okay. It probably was beaten coming towards the end, but this is slightly easier compared to what it was running in last time, and I thought maybe at 20-1 that wasn't a bad price really to be making the frame in this race. Also as well, Zach Baker takes a ride in this amateur race, and he's been riding quite well, especially for the likes of Nigel Twiston Davis. I think he gave him the ride on the new one and maybe the Welsh Champion hurdle at Fosslas, where I actually won that day. And Zach Baker has ridden, like I've already said, some good horses for this stable, and he trusted as well to take the reins tomorrow. And this horse is still, I think it's only 6 years old, so it's still up and coming and learning. I thought at 20-1 in this quite wide open race tomorrow, I thought that was quite a big odds there for Tintern Theatre, and I thought he could go quite well in the first race. The second selection at Cheltenham tomorrow in the 1:15, we're going with the Skeleton Runner or the Vassey. Now, it won quite nicely last time at Sedgefield, and the form of that race hasn't been too bad, with the Phil Kirby horse running a good race at Ayr last time out behind Fergal O'Brien runner, so that wasn't a bad piece of form there. It's currently around 8-1 at the moment. I thought it could be quite a big improver, this horse, considering Dan Skelton's been in terrific form of late, also as well Harry Skelton has as well, and I thought 8-1 maybe a bigger price to take this horse on really, because I thought that 8-1 wasn't a bad price there. Like I said, the form is going not too badly, and I thought really it could go particularly well tomorrow. So that's the selection there, or Vassey in the 115. In the 150, I'm going with a horse here called Doitforthevillage. Now, this horse, since Warwick earlier in the season, has been targeted for this particular meeting. It's currently 6-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Paul Henderson. Paddy Brennan is booked for the ride tomorrow. Now, this horse went very well last season, notching up 4 wins, and its mark in the end went up, I think it was by something like £22, so that was quite a significant rise, but its runs this season haven't been too bad. Last time was at Cheltenham at that meeting last time out that I've already mentioned about with some other horses, and it ran respectably in 6th place. And if you actually look at the form for this horse, it needs normally a run or two back after a layoff, and maybe it could be primed and ready for this race. I thought it's still off not a bad mark, and it's ran not too badly here before, and I thought at 6-1 with connections expecting a big race tomorrow, it could go well and maybe make the frame. So that's the 3rd selection there. The 4th selection's in the 225, and I'm going with Finians Oscar here. It won very nicely on its chase debut at Chepstow. It's 6 wins from 7 starts under rules, so its record is very good. It's trained by Colin Tizard, who does well with chasers. Also as well, it's in the Potts colours, and Bradley Cooper takes the ride. You might have heard earlier in the week, I think it was Alan Potts, his name, the trainer, or no, I shouldn't say the trainer, but the owner of this horse, and those famous colours with the likes of Size and John and Size and Platinum, Super Sunday, those kind of horses. He died earlier in the week, and it would be quite an emotional victory, I suppose, tomorrow if Finians Oscar was to turn up and win this race tomorrow. And I found it at evens, that wasn't a bad price to be taken in this race tomorrow. So that's going to be the 4th selection there. The 5th selection sees us go to the 3 o'clock in the cross country, going with a horse called Cause of Causes. Trained again by Gordon Elliott, like we've already mentioned earlier in the video with Pat's Oscar. His form has been incredible recently, especially over in Ireland, and he's also been bringing some horses over here, not just to Cheltenham but to the likes of Perth, and he's been doing not too badly, getting a few winners, bringing his horses over to be raiders really. And I thought at 11-2 tomorrow, Jamie Codd aboard, good rider, good amateur rider, top rider. He could definitely go well, considering he's a Cheltenham Festival winner. Also as well, he's won over the course here before, and I thought 11-2 tomorrow, that was maybe quite a big price for this horse at the moment, and could be quite hammered into tomorrow, maybe could shorten up. So I thought Cause of Causes in the 3 o'clock wasn't a bad price there to be going for there. The last selection in their last race of the day is going to be our nap tomorrow in the 3:35 with a horse called Callett Mad, currently 10-3 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Nigel Twiston-Davis, who we've already mentioned is in very good form. Darryl Jacob takes the ride. This horse won quite nicely again at that last time out meeting at Cheltenham in very good style, and before that had won at Perth. So this season so far has been going very well, and I thought 10-3 wasn't a bad price to be getting stuck into this horse here, and I'm expecting that one to put in a good bold performance tomorrow. So that's the last selection there. Hopefully we can have a good day at Cheltenham tomorrow, and like I said, I fancy a couple of runners there to go and do us good, and hopefully we can have some winners. So that's all I've got to say for day 1 of the open meeting at Cheltenham. Please subscribe to the videos if you haven't done so already. Thanks for all your amazing support so far. Also as well, check us out on Twitter at LuckyLoaders15, also same as Facebook as well. And that's all I've got to say really. Gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.